Welcome to our in-flight movie number 2. Tonight I will be showing you some of our different versions of flap books. We have flaps in some of our infant and toddler board books. This is Animal Hide and Seek, which combines flaps and touchy-feely, which is super fun. So it'll say like, there are only 2 pigs in the pig pen. Where's Curly? You have to find Curly behind the little flap. And even for a toddler, like you can see, ours got a little bit bent, but it's still holding up just fine. It hasn't been ripped or anything. And then it does have all these, use my hair, all these touchy-feely parts to it too. And it's fun. They like things that are hiding and finding. That's really fun. Okay, and then our kind of older toddler and preschool age flat books are called Peek Inside Animal Homes, and there's a whole different series of these, and these are mostly nonfiction. We actually have a fairy tale line of the Peek Inside too that are adorable and beautiful, really, some of the cutouts and different things, but then the rest of the, aside from the fairy tales, the rest of the Peek Inside and almost all the Lift and Flaps in general are nonfiction. So Animal Homes. So then there's different things, and this is again like more board book pages. These are easier flaps to lift. They start off raised. They're not inset, so that they're easier to do and less likely to get pulled off, and it's easier for little fingers. This. Okay, so those are really fun. Oh, some of them will have like a, I'll show you that. See that? Like a cutout too. Over there on some of the Peek Inside, and they're kind of bigger flaps. So those are fun. And then a step up from that is Look Inside. So then this is more like, is it kindergarten on up? Look Inside Your Body is this one. And it starts to get a lot more complicated, a lot more content. And then like even flaps inside of flaps. So this is your body and your muscles, and then your skeleton, and then in your ribs, and it keeps going and going. You know, so once a child is respectful and better fine motor and respectful of books, to use those. This page is really cool to look inside all the organs. And I like that it can still be kind of multi-age because you know, my 5-year-old is not going to sit through this whole entire book because it is a lot of information. But he would sit through all the information in one spread, or we can go through the book, or he can go through by himself and just do the flaps without reading it. So he can kind of look at it himself too and really enjoys that. So all different kinds of things about the body, inside your body. And then there is also See Inside. That is a level up from that. That's a list for a little older, a little more content. Okay, so then we have some kind of older toddler and preschool that are just called Lift the Flap. So here's a word book. This was fabulous for teaching my son to read. That has all these 3-letter words, mostly, but simple words, and then you're checking, so you can try to read duck and check, oh, it is a duck, he got it right, and you can kind of do the other way here with like a cow and try to figure out how to spell it. Or he can just check his answers from page to page. So that has a bunch of different topics. There's ones on just letters, there's numbers, there's clocks, there's all kinds of Lift the Flap that are kind of this type too. Then there's a few in our series of questions and answers that are also Lift the Flap. So this is very first questions and answers, which is again that like older toddler to preschool age. And so there's topics on what is poop and what are germs and a few things like that pose a question. This book, like, really, your kids are going to be talking about it anyway, and it's great for potty training, but it gives real accurate information and not in a gross way. Just what is it? Everybody does. How much? Just like random facts. What did we find really interesting? Random. Hold on, because it's really weird. Here. Square shaped poop, really? A wombat, yes. My poop tells other wombats that I'm here. Not really what you need to know, but the kids love it and like real factual information. So there's very first questions and answers. There's just there's and answers, and I think there's first questions and answers. So there's a few different levels, and you can see that get more information, and the books get a little bit bigger with it. Okay, and then there's all kinds of nonfiction lift the flaps that go even to upper elementary and beyond. For example, this is fractions and decimals that just make kind of a fun, interactive way to learn. So with this, you can actually, kind of see what some of them, you see that fractions equal of each other. That 1/6 on top, and then 1/6 and 1/6 is 1/3. And just a little more interactive way to learn with that. So there's all kinds of topics of lift the flap. Then this isn't exactly flaps, but it's a fold out. If you somehow have not seen our big books, there's tons of different topics on these too that are fabulous for preschool and early elementary. Big book of dinosaurs, and then it has, I'm going to get back far enough for you to see, these huge fold out pages. Like seriously, look at that. Full of great information, and really fun to spread out on the floor of the table and just look at all the big pictures. Let's see, there's some of them go the other direction. Oh no, that goes that way. One's in the sea. Like I can hardly even show it to you. And lots of more fun topics on those. So those are just really fun flaps and fold outs different ways. Don't be afraid of them. They're all very sturdy and kind of either like a really thick paper or card stock or board book type. So and you can, if you don't want to leave them out, it can be something you get out for special things and monitor your kids. But they do really hold up really well, and they're lots of fun. So I hope you enjoyed our in-flight movie number 2. See you tomorrow.